Hi guys, and welcome to OG Cars, and in today's video you join me for the reveal of my new car, and I'll just jump straight into it because I think that's the easiest way to do it. It is a Fiat Panda 169. So this is Penny, and Penny is a 2010 Fiat Panda finished in Azure Cure Leggero, which is cha-cha blue. It's the colour that the Fiat 500 came out in when it was first introduced. So like they sort of did the white and they did this like off blue white. It's this colour. It's a very rare colour for a Fiat Panda. I think they only did it for like 6 to 8 months and then they discontinued it and they went for the sky blue that you see on like the 2011 2012 cars before it went to the new Mark IV Panda. But why did I go for a Fiat Panda 169? Well, as you guys will all know, I had the Daihatsu Cure. It's meant to be my daily car. I just didn't love it, and for me, I want to love whatever car I'm going to daily drive. And back when I first passed my test, I had a Fiat Panda 169, an active, so absolutely nothing on it, black bumpers. It was called Percy. And then my second car was a 169 100 horsepower called Eve, and I've got really fond memories of both of those cars. And another bonus, Owen was a Fiat technician for many a year and he knows these cars really well, so we were keeping our eye out, see what sort of car came up. This came up about 30 minutes away from us for a really good price, I will say that, and we managed to get a bit of money off of it as well because they could see it was going to a really good home, and it's ended up with us. So this car in particular is a Fiat Panda Eco, and the way you can tell is this grille. You can see I'm standing here because a bird has conveniently pooed on my car on the way here, so go back to here. It's got the slightly different grille to the other styles. Now, what's the plus of an Eco? £35 road tax. I have never had a car with £35 road tax. I normally pay £35 a month for road tax for the cars I use. This is £35 for the year, which makes it a heck of a lot cheaper to tax. Insurance was exactly the same as the Daihatsu. It was just a straight swap on, and it's doing really good MPG. I'm filling it up every 2 or 3 weeks, which, considering my commute to and from work is 50 miles a day, is really, really good. Being a later 169, it comes with something I hate, the Dumbo mirrors. They're really good to see out of, but I think it just doesn't look as good as the smaller mirrors that the earlier one came on. So I might change these, I might not. I'm going to see how bothered I become about it. And it also comes with these horrible wheel trims, which thankfully have really faded. So I'm going to change the wheel caps, and I might change the wing mirrors as well, but for now they are okay. You do also get quite a nice interior, which we'll clip it over, but basically you get a blue interior, which I think goes really nice with the exterior, and then the interior is pretty much exactly the same, except this car has air conditioning, which me and Owen are frothing at the mouth over, because we have no cars with air conditioning, and now we have one. And you know how hot it's been for the last 2 weeks. This has been an absolute godsend. Owen says I might have confused you with my comment about going to and from work every day and doing 50 miles a day. I don't go to work every day. I tend to go to work once or twice a week, but then we do tend to use this car a lot in between. So it's still getting really good MPG. I get about 45 to 55 MPG. According to the car, which I think is really good. 2 things that let this car down just a little bit, which is one of the reasons we obviously took a bit of money off. You can see there's a little bit of a scrape here. I did try to polish it out, but it is quite deep in there, so it's either going to need like a smart repair or it's going to need like a proper cut and polish, which I will do at some point, but right now I'm not too bothered. And also, someone's tried to pick off the black thing on the rear window. I don't know why. It will peel off quite easily though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it off, and I'm going to order some satin black vinyl and just cut a strip here, and that'll tidy the car up really nicely, I think, once those 2 things are sorted. Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, and I really hope that some of you agree with me on this, well, disagree with my first comment and agree with me on my later comment, that this is quite a boring car. And compared to, you know, the retro Panda, so Charmander, for example, it is. But I also think it's got that quirk which a lot of new cars lack nowadays. Personally, obviously, this is my first car. It was my first car. It's the first car I learned to drive in. It's the second car I owned as well, and I absolutely adored them. And when I got back into this, I felt that again. I felt that I've got everything I need. It's practical. It does the job for me and Owen. As you can see, me and Owen have done the most random shop in the world just before we came and filmed this, hence there being like an ironing board and some soap. But it does do the job for me and Owen really, really well for a household of 2 and, of course, a dog. It does the job really well, but you could happily fit 4 people in this, I think, and go away for a weekend. I don't think it'd be any problem at all. It gets good MPG, and I like the styling. I like that it is a little bit boxy, it's a little bit different. You still see loads of these on the road, and I think that is sort of a testament to them. They are good cars, they do get people to do what they want to do, and I think that's what's important as well. Parts are cheap, they're cheap to maintain and everything. Like, we bought this car and we thought, oh well, if it's going to be as much as it was, if the cam belt's not been done and the water pump's not been done, we'll probably get it done. Cam belt and water pump's been done on this, the brakes have been done on this, the tyres have been done on this. It's been really well maintained, but ultimately we can continue to maintain it because it's not going to cost us thousands of pounds every time we need to chuck a little bit of money at it. Last point before we sign off, I think the only thing that lets the Fiat Panda 169 down is the infotainment. So when you look at cars that kind of came out a year or two after this, they had really big upgrades on sort of the infotainment system and everything like that. And when they brought out the Mark IV in 2012, they had a screen, but they didn't really improve that. And I think we're going to see that on the Grande Panda, which is due to come out in the next year or so. I think we're going to see big improvements to the infotainment on these cars. But that's something that I will change. So if anyone knows, when I had my 100 horsepower, I had a doubled-in radio in here. So I had a big screen, it had maps built in, it had CarPlay built in. And I think I'm going to do that on this car, because I think once I have that in this car, it's got everything I need. I'm just really happy that it's cost me £35 a year to tax, to be completely honest with you. That was so exciting. I got to tax it on the day I bought it, and I don't have to tax it again for a year. But I'm really happy with the car. As I say, I love a 169. I think the colour's really nice. It's been really nice to drive. It's got no knocks, no bangs. Owen, it was great. Owen has come to buy quite a few cars with me over the last 2 years and been really disappointed with them all, to be honest with you. But when he came to see this one, he went, yeah, aside the scrape, I can't find anything wrong with it. So we were really happy with what we paid for this. Maybe we'll do a video on the doubled-in installation. Let us know if that'd be something you're interested in, because I know that is something that a lot of Panda owners do tend to do, because it's a nice upgrade for them. But aside that, you probably will just see this car in the background of videos, because I know it's not as exciting as a classic Fiat Panda or an Audi Quattro or an Nissan 300ZX. But you can see it staying. It's got my private plate on the car, so this car is going to stay, and we are really happy with our purchase. So we do hope that we will see you all in the next video. Like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you all then.